All right, so this is the Cliffnotes for modules 6 and 7. And I'm going to just give you a quick overview of these two and then go into the creating the rubric. So 6 and 7 are going to be a lot of let me backtrack. So 1 through 5, you were doing a lot of building, a lot of creating. The rest of the Canvas course is very much just understanding, and then we'll apply it in the fall, except for the building of the rubric. So I'll show you how to do that. But so in module 6, it's just understanding what a parent observer is. So I do invite you to kind of go through this part on your own just to kind of get a good understanding of it. We will add parents as observers to the Canvas course. That adding of the parents hasn't been decided when it will happen, but when it does happen, you will have my support and parents will have my support as well. So this module is just going to take you through, like, as a parent, what they can see. So parents can see assignments, they can see assignment index pages, they can view the calendar, join conferences, join collaborations. Like, this is all the things observers can do. Here are things observers can't do, and here are observer limitations. So I do invite you to go through that so you have a good understanding of what people will be able to see and what they won't be able to see. It then goes through generating a pairing code for the observer so that it's connected. They're connected to their child. Kind of go through this and just be aware that in the fall, you'll become more familiar with this when we actually put it into action. Also gives you an idea of how you can embed a slide deck, and you can see then they can go through the slides. So in the fall, we will go over this again because that's when you'll actually put it into action. And I can guarantee you I will send some PD around that time to walk you through these steps. We're going to go ahead and continue to go through how to become a parent observer. And this is going to be more for the parent lens. Knowing that this is a bit of a shift for our parents, the parents will absolutely have contact information for tech coaches. We will support them. Hopefully there will be, if you think about when we have like open houses or parent teacher conferences at the secondary level, when they would have those activities, they would actually have like an open lab for parents so that they could actually physically come in and meet with me and I could guide them through this process. So hopefully we'll be able to replicate something like that at the elementary level, and parents will have the utmost support with this transition. In your role then, once you go through this module, you are expected to contribute to the Canvas discussion board. So you can see that there are some discussions already at play. It's asking you to join the discussion and click reply and share your thinking about what about a parent observer feature in Canvas. So you're going to go ahead and hit reply and kind of say like what, as a parent observer, why you think what you are feeling about this. Okay. After you do that, you are all set and have completed module 6. We are then going to now go into module 7 because I want to show you how to create a rubric. Okay. So let's go into module 7. All right, so the grade book, we're going to start with the grade book here. Obviously, we are not using the grade book as of now. We are still going to be using IC. However, this does go over the grade book features for you. The nice thing about, so if you were to make an assignment, it is nice to have some sort of complete or incomplete so that it is off of the student's to-do list. If they use that to-do list to kind of navigate and manage their work, it's really important that if we check it off as complete when they turn something in, so that then shows up for them. It's also nice for parents too, because they can see what assignments are incomplete for their students if they're guiding them from home. All right. Speed grader. Speed grader is great. Go ahead and watch Tim's video on that. I use it a lot when I'm giving feedback, and I feel like it will be a valuable resource for you. All right, so using rubrics. So rubrics are really awesome. They can be embedded right within Canvas, built right within Canvas. Makes it really easy to score your students. And even though we're still using IC, the students will be able to see their feedback through Canvas, and the parents will be able to see their feedback, which is really nice. Okay, so you're going to go through that on your own. And it's going to go through how to use your Google assignments, which we kind of already talked about, and how to grade them. So go ahead and watch that video. And now we're actually going to build a rubric. Okay, so it's asking us, we want to build a rubric, name it, add criteria. And I am actually going to show you this with the mindset of thinking of like a published piece for one of your Calkins units, because I want to show you how you can actually share. So we're going to do module number 7.5 together. So at this point, go ahead and navigate to your sandbox. Let me get to my sandbox here. All right. And I like to go to my modules to make my assignments. Some people go to the assignments tab. It's totally up to you. I really like working within my modules. It's easier for me to kind of get a visual sense of that. So I'm going to work on narrative writing, and we're actually going to work on our narrative published writing. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the plus sign. I want to make a new assignment. I'm going to call it narrative final published narrative published work. Sounds good to me. Okay. I'm actually going to delete this one because I just don't want to get them confused. I was doing a practice around here. All right. So after I have my assignment, I need to actually go ahead and go in and add some content, because right now there is no content. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this real quick. Pause my recording here, and I'll be right back with my assignment created. All right, so I have gone in and I've added my template. So I do my goal, and it is to digitally publish my narrative writing, and then they're due now, and I have used the attached Google template and begin typing/publishing their narrative writing. I chose the route of having a template just so they don't have to worry about uploading this, but you can have them upload too. It's totally up to you. And then have them use the checklist and rubric, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to attach that. I've given it 4 points. And I'm going to have it be complete or incomplete. Let's see. I chose for it to go under literacy. You could also have it go under writing if you wanted. And then if I were doing a external tool and had a template, this is where I would attach it. Okay. So for now, though, I'm just going to do a website URL, and they can actually put their Google Doc URL there, the share link. And then I'm going to give them a due date, only because then it shows up on their to-do list so that they'll see it. So remember, if you want it to show up on their to-do list to help them stay organized, add a to-do. And we're going to go ahead and save this. And now, after we have saved it, we can add our rubric. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this plus sign for the rubric. All right. And I'm going to title it. Hold on here. I have my Lucy Calkins rubric. So we're going to do rubric for narrative writing. All right. And here we go. So description of criteria. I'm going to go ahead and do overall. And then I'm going to update this rating. So if I for 4 points or grade 4, okay, and I'm actually going to go into the digital Calkins rubric that we have as PDFs. I'm going to copy, paste, update rating. Okay. I'm going to edit this one. Oh, actually, I want it to be, this would be a 4. All right. So actually, and you can do it however you want. So like some people have like, they have it small to big or big to small. So maybe I would want this to be grade 1. Okay. And I'm going to bring this in. And I'm going to pause the video here so I can bring my rubric in. Now, the reason I am taking this time to do this now is because I can actually share. Just want it to be 1 point. I can actually share this rubric. So, like, if one teacher did it, then I could share it with the rest of my team. So one teacher could make this rubric, you could save it and have it be like a rubric that's already there for you. And then you could share it with each other so you don't have to worry about recreating it each time, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and finish adding this rubric. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've entered my first one. I just want to show you this so you don't have to think you have to like build all the columns each time. So when you're ready to add another criteria, you can see I added transitions. I didn't update it yet, but I'm going to add another criteria for my ending. I can actually copy my overall, change the name of the overall to ending, and now it pulls the points and the grade level, and I only just have to copy and paste the description from the Calkins rubric. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and then I will come back and show you how you can save it, how you can share it with other teachers, etc. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've added these 3 criterion from the Calkins rubric. If this was an actual assignment for me, I would add the entire rubric just to have it all in one place. But since this is just an example, and now I'm going to go ahead and make sure I use this rubric for the assignment grading. I'm going to create the rubric. This is going to change. All right, so now when I'm assessing my students, they'll see that this is the rubric that I'm using for them. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and publish it. And the nice thing is I can click on these 3 dots and I can send it to, and I can click another teacher. So let's say, okay, so I could send it to another coach and they would then be able to use it within their classroom. So if you do it with your grade level, one of you can make it and you could then share the assignment as a grade level team. So that rubric only needs to be entered once. Okay. It's kind of nice then that you have that as the resource and you can share it. You don't have to, everyone doesn't have to do it. You can just do it together. Okay, so that is how you would create your published work with your rubric attached. Go ahead and copy this URL. Go back to Module 7. My dashboard here. Click on Module 7. Go to 7.5. And then up here, let me just get into student view here so it looks like yours. You're going to go ahead and hit Start Assignment. And then down here, you're actually going to do Web URL. paste it, and submit your assignment. Okay? And you'll get confetti. And then I will look at your assignment and see how you did and give you feedback. All right? So let me know if you have any questions about rubrics. I do think you will use them a lot, especially for writing. I could see it if you're doing group projects. Anything that you would do a rubric for, you can now do it digitally. And it will be a game changer for your parents because they are going to be able to see feedback that their student has gotten versus I'm thinking back to when I was in the classroom. If I gave this feedback back to the student, usually it ended up in their backpack and the parent never saw it. So this will be a really good way to provide that feedback to students and so parents can see how their kids are doing. If you have any questions, let me know. Work as a grade level team. Make sure that, one of you creates the rubric, share it with each other. Cut that time in half or in thirds or in fourths, depending on how many are in your team. So, all right, let me know if you have any questions, reach out. Otherwise, here's your Cliff Notes for 6 and 7.